But I don't mind, like it was just like a warm up more.
Clown again. New show match between
Right, it
Voddy
would
and
be nice to play on a normal map against the same guy, but he was too laggy.
So these are two S rank top foreign players who are really kind to want to play on a not just a new map, but a really wild map.
I've seen StRyKeR somewhere. I'm not sure who he is, but I know Voddy is quite good turn.
StRyKeR is an upcoming Korean American Zerg,
Okay.
like 2300 MMR. So trust me when I say that he's really good.
His
For
stats
both gentlemen.
150, 160, not so much.
And Voddy isn't is really good, but I think he struggles a lot in TPC. So maybe I see StRyKeR as a favorite. But this map is really, really odd, to be honest.
So it's again this map.
Well, I think you can. Links can be quite a pain if you do a pull first build order. And again, I don't know how you're planning to defend against Marines and Medic. So once you get Marines and Medic, it's kind of difficult to lay down a sunken. I think your first hatch has to be near the entrance in order to make some sunkens. And I don't think that gas first is going to be a good option.
I'm right now watching UFC and they show a beautiful knockout today. Somebody was like holding leg and the guy jumped and kicked him in the face with the second leg and knocked him out. Jesus.
Who is the main card today?
It's a really nice fight today. Moraes against Sandhagen.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah, the number 2 and number 1 spot, I think, people. And then you got Edson Barboza against Americani.
Nice.
Who's fighting right now. Yeah, Barboza is fighting now. Americani is from Finland. Kurdish guy, I think. Yeah. I think he should win. Submission, possibly. I don't see Barboza is like one-dimensional. Well, okay, back to game. All right, you have expand by Zerg and a couple of Zerglings here, and the Zerglings coming harassing some.
Yeah, I think that I don't know.
That's gonna delay him. He can't really tech.
Yeah, I think doing a factory is a really poor choice.
Mutas are gonna win this game.
Everything is going to win this game. If he makes, he has to make speed, Zerling, because that vulture will punish the Zerg for not doing any speedling.
I lost vision on Zerg. How come?
Sorry?
Did I click something? I think oh yeah. I clicked something and I lost vision on Zerg. Okay. I think when you click on the name of the player or something like this.
Oh,
Right.
yeah. Oh. So, since you don't have vision, it's difficult to micro the vulture against links from that path.
Yeah, in the path, yeah.
He has to take the longer road.
Yeah, look, he's just stuck right here. Okay, he does. No, he is able to micro a little bit. I would be impressed if he would send SCV back to Zerk and then SCV would help him with the vision, you know, but yeah.
Oh, he almost made it.
That's not bad, that's pretty good
Whenever,
micro.
yeah. Oh, very good micro. Whenever he has a speed link, he will destroy any
He's
kind of.
deciding to go to airports now. I'm not sure if it's a good idea.
I don't like this build order from Voddy, to be honest.
No, he should probably go for Vessel and Marines.
I don't know about sacrificing the Marines.
Yeah.
No, there's few circlings out. No, don't go back in there.
Marine. Or a supply spot.
So the Vulture Micro is nice, but the real problem here will be the Wraith and the lack of air defense. So when the mutas are out, they will make tons of damage, but StRyKeR is only on one gas.
Lots of overlords. He's gonna be alright. He's gonna lose now one overlord for sure. And he still have 20 remaining. Oh no, he already lost. Okay, he lost one. The replay shows a little bit delayed, so yeah. So if he kills now one more, then he's gonna be blocked. But mutas are out already. He's gonna pick up this, right?
So he's making.
Oh no.
Why doesn't he make an eBay? He don't have any clock on the Wraith, and he doesn't have
Yeah, he decided
Marines.
to micro the raids and use the Marines.
You will die if you do that.
Yeah, if you have a good micro with Zerg, and that's it.
With 3 geysers, could you go Wraiths and Goliaths?
I don't know. You have to try.
He's got a factory.
Yeah, he doesn't have armory though.
Going for Marines.
I don't think that it's a wise choice to skip the eBay.
Oh, Zerg has so much minerals. You can just hatch her up. Adding 1 macro hatchery. 5 mutas against 4 raids. 6 raids. Now he can chase them. Yay, 7 mutas. Now it looks a little bit better for Voddy, but he doesn't have cloak. What can he do with raids without cloak? Yeah, so now I can see that this mineral is blocking the expansion. You can actually just slide the drone through it by sending 2 drones. It's quite easy to take expand. And then you just gather from it, and that's it. You just open the passage, or you can just leave the base being enabled to touch and go air. That's quite interesting.
It's got 9 drones mining gas.
Oh, I can see that there is also a neutral creep colony. Wow, I just realized that. Neutral creep colony is all the way through, so you can actually go and sunken rush people.
It's gonna take a while to get around the clown's face. But
So.
Oh my god, Zerg is dying here. Zerg is dying.
Yeah, I think he doesn't have enough.
I can't believe it. Voddy pulled it off.
yeah, I wasn't feeling so confident for him because of Pato.
This is so good.
I think Sir just got kind of stuck.
Yeah, he hit a good timing. And Voddy didn't
Okay, so
make.
Barbosa, I guess Kani started now.
So Pato is a martial arts champion.
Jiu-Jitsu.
Jiu-Jitsu, nice. I wanted to do Jiu-Jitsu. I'm at the moment recovering from a motorbike accident injury. So my grip is not good. I broke my thumb and it's not really working the same way as before.
Well, you
So I
can
can't really.
you can always grip or train. Maybe you won't be a world-class champion, but you can still train.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. No, I'm not planning to become champion. I just want to
It's a really
be
good
able to
exercise.
chop blood. I need to.
Yeah, you can also do a no-gi. No-gi,
Yeah, exactly.
it's really not so reliant on gripping like when you fight with
Are
the
you from
gi.
Canada, bro?
Sorry,
Are you from Canada?
me, I'm not. I'm from Argentina.
Argentina. Okay.
Argentina, down in south.
Hey, I remember now, Pato,
Yeah,
Argentina. Okay, I remember. Icy Cup, you played the same nickname, yeah?
yeah, of course. DNC
Third player, yeah?
Pato
Was it third player?
or Pato S2. I played as WCG Assault Pato. Those were my most popular IDs.
Yeah. It was Russian clan.
Yeah, S2 with Jan Abdocate A2.
Yeah.
Even Gorinich was not for you S2.
But Argentina has so many good Terran players. Like Argentina, no, you have a
Nowadays,
friend there.
yeah. Historically,
You remember? It's like who else was in Argentina? Okay, so I remember that guy who died in a car accident. He was a
oh,
friend of
really?
mine.
Pancho.
Pancho, yeah, LG Pancho, man.
Yeah,
That guy was also a Terran. And then you had another couple of Terrans in there. I remember pretty strong ones.
yeah. Well,
B plus, A minus, A ranks, like in old times. You had at least 3-4 Terrans who were really good.
Terrans, we have Virtuos or LG MMA. Then
But
we have Sabbath and old school. I don't think that we have someone else. Agars was another one.
Is there any way I can remake the game so StRyKeR can join?
Okay, go.
Thank you, gentlemen. So the map maker is gonna.
the fight is crazy. I think I'm gonna watch the fight right now because this is so interesting.
Okay.
You guys stay
Don't
on,
play.
yeah?
Don't
Hey
play.
guys, I'm here on the Audi. This is StRyKER. How you guys doing?
Hi,
How you doing?
StRyKER.
Welcome.
I'm going to watch UFC, so I'll talk to you later, guys.
Take care, Hellscream.
Bye.
StRyKER, we just made the game. If you want to come join.
Okay, let me get into StarCraft. Are you guys in game right now, or did I get lucky and get you guys in
No,
between?
we just remade it. So
This is fantastic.
you can join for game 2 on Spider Monkey. The game 1, which you'll see in the video, was on Clown. Interesting.
It's so sad that I missed that one. Was it the rush? Did I miss a rush?
I don't think it was a wet rush, Pato.
No.
No, it was a timing.
Oh, I think I heard whoever just talked right now. Is it so we have Ox? How would I pronounce you? OX Ox
Yeah, you could just say Ox.
Ox
Yo.
and Pato.
Yeah,
Pato.
Yeah.
StRyKER,
Pato.
are you in Latin America?
I am in Latin America. Yeah.
Where are you? Okay. Pato's
I'm
from
actually
Argentina.
I'm in Mexico, but you know, you see the name of Pato, and you don't know if it's Hungarian. It could be anything, right?
No, Pato por Patricio. Es Pato por
Okay,
Patricio.
waiting on another update. Okay, it's updating really fast. My game should be pretty up to date, but just maybe a small little patching that's going on. It's going really quick. Okay, it's
I think
about
Minerals
done.
is gonna probably join too.
Oh, that's excellent. Finalizing. Okay, hitting play. Now, how am I going to be able to find the game?
The name is TQ. The password should be TQ, and then I'll add you on my friends list. So
Okay,
in the
okay.
future, you could just join.
Okay,
Yeah, you
starting
guys
StRyKeR.
are more than welcome to cast in Spanish, by the way, if you want to.
Nah, I think it's friendlier, especially if this whole show has been done in English. Maybe I'll talk to it. Okay.
Have arrived.
Another map maker. Greetings. Mineral, we're just waiting for StRyKeR to join, and you can come to the game too.
Yeah, my app is almost done updating right now.
Have you ever provided feedback to StRyKER on his map, Clown Spider Monkey? And I know you've commented on Captured Silence before.
I'm definitely a fan of Captured Silence. Spider Monkey.
And Clown are a little different, aren't they? They're less standard, obviously.
Yeah, I saw a brief. I briefly saw the StRyKER or the previous game on Clown. That was the first game I've seen on it. Curious to see what games would look like.
Those are.
What's up, Alex? How you doing?
Alex? He was updating his BNets. Hopefully he'll join in a minute.
Oh yeah, there's a new ladder season. That's probably why. Uno momentos, por favor. What are you gentlemen doing on this fine evening?
Brood War.
Oh yeah.
I always look forward to Voddy versus StRyKER because they have really good games.
Yeah, they play really good games. This is the second game in their series.
And they're always down to play on new maps, and they're kind of like gentlemen. Afterwards, they provide feedback.
Is this best of 5?
You know it.
Ooh, I'm excited.
Yeah, me too. Will you two get your asses in the fucking game?
Excuse me.
I'm just,
Blizzard Battle.net.
just joking.
Uno momento, por favor.
You went to the beer store?
The closest one, yes.
Oh, we lost StRyKER. Where did he go? Pato, are you drinking right now?
No, I'm looking for the UFC fight. Well,
Yeah, I'm gonna watch that. It starts in an hour, right?
Fucking hell scream, man.
I mean, I might.
And probably
I'll
any
finish
viewers
this.
we had.
okay. Barbosa hasn't won yet. Well, you know,
Savagery.
Brazil is the mecca of jiu-jitsu, so it's always interesting to watch a Brazilian fight, since they have really good fighters. You know, if you travel to Rio and you go walking through Avenida Nossa Copacabana, you have like fight centers like every block. It's really it's really Disneyland. If you like fighting or training, it's really good. You have lots of jiu-jitsu gyms around, or dojos around all Brazil. So It's really cool.
Did a little bit of jiu-jitsu and Muay Thai when I was out of high school. That was fun.
Yeah, it's
So I
really
remember
I forgot
UFC
about this map.
back in like 2006 or 7. There was a UFC Brazilian fighter. Remember, he used to make the knuckle and wave his hand. Who was that? Who was that? I think it was a Brazilian guy. He would like make a fist with both of his hands, and he would like shake it around.
Oh, Wanderlei Silva.
Oh, is that who it was? He was like the best.
Wanderlei Silva, yeah, the axe murderer.
Oh, that's
Oh, guillotine finish.
it's a horrible nickname.
He's dead. He's dead. Oh, triangle.
I think we're gonna start in a second here if I don't hear from StRyKeR.
Okay.
UFC is kind of brutal though, eh? How do you watch that stuff?
No,
Dude,
it was brutal in the first times.
fight.
No,
I guess my idea of like martial arts, watching like Bruce Lee flicks and stuff like that when I was
No.
young, there wasn't that like blood and breaking bones.
no, you need to. If not, it's a choreography. You need to be able to fight and to spar. If you don't have a sparring to make a real fight, it's useless. You're making just stunts or something that won't help you in real life. It's like Krav Maga. It's really useless.
Why do you want to hurt people, Petro?
I never hurt anyone outside the gym.
Who didn't deserve it?
Outside the gym or a tournament.
All right, let's just start this.
Oh, yeah.
And he can watch the stream.
All right. He can jump in the next game. So I have seen this map before.
Spider Monkey.
Yeah, I haven't seen any games on it. I do remember looking at it though.
Oh my god.
All right. The bottom position at the 6 o'clock, we have StRyKER Voddy in the black Terran. And in the right position, we have StRyKER as the green Zerg representing USA. USA.
I like your enthusiasm.
Yeah.
So this map has a really close starting position. So Mutalisk might be really strong on this map. Likely going to see Mutas in play. The island in the bottom right corner is kind of similar to Fighting Spirit, but it's a little wider.
The fucking sunken
Probably
there,
a little harder to defend.
This map doesn't have creep. You remember that, Ox? I think it's a different version.
Creep?
Yeah, last time we
Creep
thought
where?
Oh, he's saying the spider monkey we saw in the Dreamer All match.
Yeah.
It might have had creep underneath the spore and sunken. You have a good memory, man.
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah, this
Spore.
must be.
You might not.
I
might
played
not see the
Terran.
creep.
I have to know
I not
stuff.
see the creep right now because it hasn't been scouted by another player. You're just seeing the. It's
Okay.
a small choke on into the natural.
So maybe we
think-
will see a standard build order in this map. Yeah, it's really hard to attack a Zerg base here because Marines cannot properly run by there, and on the other hand, the third and the fourth expansion are really easy to attack, especially the third without gas. And you have no ramp as well, so
there's definitely creep on the sunken colony in the bottom right. You just can't see it because nobody's scouted it yet, and it's in like neutral territory. And in the top left, there's creep up there too. You just Nobody's seen it yet. We see StRyKeR going for a 12 hatch expand, then pull. Grabbing a gas real quick. StRyKeR going for an in-game play.
Shameless self-promotion. Are you gonna drop minerals? Minerals. Both the map makers don't have good internet connection, apparently. See, this is why we need to support the map makers. They can't even stay on BattleNet too long.
Well,
And then it was just me and Pato.
again. Okay, so I think okay, this is strange because Voddy didn't make a second racks and jump straight to a gas first. So this is good because he will have his academy before, so he will have upgrades to fight mutas before as well. But on the other hand, he will be weak against any early aggression. So he needs to put a bunker. But if he puts a bunker, his second racks will be late as well. So it's a hard situation.
So it's a Terran map, you're saying?
Mm. So he blocked with the racks, which is smart. So the good thing about Zerg is that you pretty much can do the same below in every map. You don't have to be very creative.
Whereas with Terran,
Well, Terran needs to know the map. It's mandatory because you can win or lose a game for not knowing it.
see, this is fresh to me because usually Protoss is the one that's made fun of, but Terrans like to pick on the Zergs.
Huh.
The Zergs
Well,
actually feel like the Terrans, like they're the weakest race, require the most
no,
APM.
Zerg I think is the best race. It's not easy to play, but I think it's the best race.
There's no race that's easy to play. Except Terran.
Except Protoss. Zerg I think is equally hard on every stage, but I think it's the most complete race. You don't CBT. You need to just do the civil order. The map has to be really strange in order you to change your build order. But if not, to hatch muta, you can do it in every map, I believe, and you will still be okay.
Okay, so Zerg opted for an expansion with a geyser.
Yeah, that's kind of mandatory. There's no use for gasless expand. So Voddy isn't making turrets just to get his marine count really up. But that decision is really difficult because he can take a lot of damage. He didn't make a third or a fourth barracks, and he jumped straight to a factory, which is not standard, to be honest. So I'm really wondering what he's doing. He cannot lose any marines since he has only 2 racks. So this is a really micro-intensive build order. You need to have enough turrets. So this is not looking good for Voddy, to be honest.
More turrets?
Yeah.
Hey guys.
Greetings.
So I'm probably going to be a few seconds behind because I'm watching on stream right now.
We're having fun on your map without you.
But I see some hardcore muta damage going on.
Talk about your map. Spider Monkey.
Am I live?
Yeah.
Yes, you are.
Okay, so we're playing on Spider Monkey, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so even though like maybe from today's standard meta, the especially the air distances look like they're pretty close, and obviously, as you're probably seeing in game, mutas are in fact doing quite a bit of damage, and especially since I'm gonna assume he went 2-hatch muta that I'm watching right now. But if for all those people that have been in Broad War for a good number of years, which I'm gonna imagine also that it's most of the community, right? You're probably gonna remember a map called Python,
Yeah.
and
What's
this
that?
is and like the way these bases are set up is at least air distance wise is quite similar. So for years before Fighting Spirit was the go-to standard map, the go-to standard map was Python, and before that one was Lost Temple, right? And we know Lost Temple is broken, but Python was
Yeah.
pretty balanced.
Yeah.
So
Luna was before that.
yeah,
remember.
Luna. Yeah, you have Luna. You have several of those. So the tricky part you see here is you're right. Terran for the moment looks like he's getting devastated by mutas, but this is the funny part that I see, or one of the interesting parts that I see in StarCraft is you got to learn to adapt, right? And it's all about adapting. And for years, I don't know, Protoss struggled against Zerg, and then they learned, oh, we can do Forge Fast Expand. So if you're getting harassed by mutas, maybe the next meta is like
Let's make it
like
in the
the
starport.
sorry go say again.
What's making in the starport? Are those Valkyries?
Vessels.
Vessels.
Okay. All right. Sorry. Go ahead. But they're Valkyries. I was
No.
like,
Go ahead.
But yeah, like I was saying, like you have to adapt. You have to adapt. So in this case, yes, mutas are strong. But maybe in a future game we see from this guys again in this map, like Terran's gonna realize, hey, you know what? I got crushed by mutas last game. I'm pretty bad. Maybe I can start with I don't know, maybe Valkyries, maybe open fast Valkyries, something along those lines. The idea behind my map is adding a classical element into a new modern map, right?
mm-hmm.
So that was a little bit of the theme. You also can see that the chokes in the net are they are quite narrow, and Terran, for example, there can do a pretty easy block and should have a pretty easy way to hold their nat. So that's an interesting feature, and I don't know if it's come into play yet.
Do you see the Nidus Canal being made in the lower right? I'm sorry to interrupt.
Go ahead.
And Nidus Canal, there's also a bunch of air units streaming to the bottom right.
So when you have vision of the creep, you can make a Nidus Canal as Zerg. Huh?
Hey, Pato, can you do me a favor and turn off the full map vision?
That's really cool.
Um,
How StRyKeR's doing that.
yeah, that's really.
I'm gonna be a few seconds behind you guys, but I for sure see the Nidus Canal, and that's one of the interesting plays, right? You can do as Zerg. You can Nidus those island bases.
One thing I enjoy, so I like that small choke into the natural. Interested to see how it plays out, but I really like the bridge outside of it. I think that's a really nice touch. Allowing like two chokes to kind of hold off.
Right, and you don't have to take the bridge. You can take the other route. It's just wider,
Right.
goes around.
Yeah, that bridge outside of the natural is a really nice touch. I do like the when I had seen this map before, one thing that really stood out to me was the single ramps in the top left with the brush in the middle of it. It looks really nice.
Thank you.
And we see Voddy laying down some irradiates on the lurkers. StRyKeR throwing down a swarm outside of the natural, pushing Voddy back. Swarms will definitely hold him back for the time being. Really hard as Terran to push through that tight choke with those with lurkers right there. So StRyKeR's looking pretty solid in a defensive position right now. Taking the bottom right. See also, yeah, taking that bottom right island I think is going to be really strong. Voddy's hopefully going to come in with some drop ships. I mean, being as this map has like a classic feel, drop play was really popular on Python. So yeah, it'd be nice to see that come into play. And StRyKeR with 3 Niduses in his in his natural. Damn. I really enjoy that the top left is also an island blocked with a neutral building.
Classically, in the past, Zerg have been kind of unfavored when it comes to islands. It usually favors Terran or Protoss much more than it does Zerg. But with those neutral creep, you can exploit it the way the Zerg player has been doing it in this map, which is interesting.
We see Voddy with a pretty big force in the 12. Up to hit the 12 o'clock position. I'm a couple of seconds behind you guys, so I'm not really sure exactly what's going on at the second, but that's a big force. We see Plague is out on the field. Plague coming into play will definitely raise up those Marines. I think StRyKeR might really come into a really powerful macro position here and just start pumping out ultras and lings.
Yeah, it's really tough to stop Zerg once they're in that position.
So my delay, I'm on 13, 14, 15, 16. Voddy looking like he wants to push in somewhere, but not really viable for him to push in anywhere right now. I think dropships might be a good go-to on this, but it seems like StRyKeR has really defended his island pretty well. I'm sure the Scourge is all the way down there, keeping dropships away. We see StRyKeR, I can tell on the mini-map, he's got units there to counter a drop if it happens. Smart by him. Defiler, energy upgrade coming in, and we see battle cruiser operational on the battlefield. Some nice irradiates going on a Defiler. StRyKeR throwing down a swarm, gonna push back a little bit, and Ultra's on the field. Voddy looks like he's starting to get a nice amount of vessels. Those irradiates are really gonna come into play here. These Ultras aren't those clouds. Oh no. How long ago did you make this map, Alex?
It's tough to say. tough to say. You go a couple of hours at a time, then get tired, leave it for a bit, then come back. I was
mean,
trying
how
to get him.
long ago? How long ago?
Oh, how long ago? A couple of years actually. I've been on and off doing a couple of tweaks and leaving it.
So what's the reason behind the tight choke into the natural? Curious.
I'm just wanted to create a different variant, because what you see in most maps is nowadays is usually, and I'm going to say usually on ladder, you're going to see very standard chokes, and most of the maps you're going to see have the same chokes, right? With the same amount of buildings or the same amount of
Right. I think they
and the
call
same
that standard, right?
yeah, it's going to be the standard one, right? But
Mhm.
it's very practical for the player to be able to do that always the same, using the same
Oh, we
units.
see plagues coming off on battle cruisers in the bottom
Yeah,
right.
yeah, that's pretty epic. That island base is pretty crucial, so he's doing a good job of pressuring it.
Yeah,
But
I
yeah,
like.
the reason behind the choke is mix things up, you know.
Mhm. And we see StRyKeR in the top left. He's got another gas in play. I really like that neutral island in the middle. Seems like where a lot of battle is going to come down right here, and a lot of focus. It brings more airplay into the game. We see a load of Mutalisks attacking some battle cruisers. I'm surprised we haven't seen any big drops yet. Voddy running around, half of his vessels are just ready to die to one Mutalisk. Kind of risky running around by themselves like that. Voddy's production on point. And more BCs making out. He has 2 starports making battle cruisers. And Voddy nicely holding that bridge right there against some mutas or ultras.
It seems like Terran's expansions are a little vulnerable.
What's our upgrades on the Marines right now?
2-3.
All right. Yeah, those Marines are definitely ready to fight some ultras. Curious to see if more Defiler play is going to come into action. Haven't seen any fire bats, and we have 3 starports on the field actually pumping out BCs.
Are the battle cruisers worth it? I mean, he's been focusing on that lower right expansion.
BCs are worth it, but the BCs aren't only to fight the bottom right expansion. It's also to push into the main and maybe potentially allow drops going into the Zerg main.
Here's a drop, maybe.
Oh, is that a Yamato?
Isn't really full.
I thought I saw Yamato.
Oh, that would be cool on the hatch. So there's a drop.
The cruiser. And a failed drop coming by Voddy.
Which did nothing.
Yeah, StRyKeR is doing a good job stopping all those drops and being out in the map, pressuring Terra and taking a lot of expansions. I think this is a tough position for Voddy for sure.
Tough position for Voddy, but StRyKeR is running his mutos away from the BCs. If he got 6 or 7 BCs and then attacked with those, that would be really hard for the Zerg to defend. Ultralisk coming to break Terran's 4th base. Hunger's holding strong, getting there.
Do you mean the map favors Zerg, or this game just turned out to favor Zerg?
I think
using voice.
I think in this build in specific, it favored the Zerg. Obviously, as you can see, he won. But I think it came down to the damage that the Mute has made early on.
Mm-hmm.
Thought he was doing well. I think he could have done more to protect his expansions, right? They were pretty vulnerable. StRyKeR went out of his way to really protect
I'm on BattleNet now, so if you guys want to invite me to next,
yeah, you better come because this is Captured Silence. It's part of our monthly.
Okay, so what was the name again? We're making
TQ.
QTQ. Okay.
Yeah, sorry I dropped last game.
Hey, you better
PC
be.
died.
Droppers. See, this is why we got to support map makers. Their internet connection is not very good.
It's not my internet connection. I blame Windows. And
It's my theory why you guys make maps. You can't play games on BattleNet, so you just go into campaign editor.
you want a one-on-one, bud?
We did. You crushed me.
Oh yeah, I'm just joking.
Pato would be proud to hear I played TVP. But I enjoyed dying as Terran. I really enjoy it.
Been a while since I joined the game like this. How do I find the game TQ?
You press
what-
join, and you put TQ in the browser.
Oh, in the search bar, yeah, and then it'll limit the options too.
Yeah.
Okay. What server are you guys joining? That's probably the reason.
US
But
West.
US West.
That's the reason then.
Our map maker hasn't even logged on to BattleNet for decades, it seems.
No, I have.
I'm
I was just in US East, so I thought maybe I was doing something
I
wrong.
have a whole theory about map
Yeah,
makers.
we're not in the hood, bud.
Map makers are like hermits. They've abandoned society, or society has abandoned them. But we're trying to
Hold your horses. I'm in the game now.
integrate them. Well, minerals still has to come. I'll add you.
You guys, I'm just gonna watch the stream.
Okay, cool. So we'll just start.
New Windows updates kind of.
There
fucking with
wasn't
my
much of a
PC.
delay, man. I don't even think it was 6 seconds last game. It seemed like it was real time.
1-0. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Team Think Quick Showmatch series, presenting Alex StRyKeR on his map.
Everybody.
Captain Silence. I'm much of a fan of this map. I'm excited to see this game on it. I really like the third base on the high ground outside of the natural. And in the bottom left, we have StRyKeR representing the USA. As the green
Could I
color.
add like a mineral patch to this map and take credits, like edited by Vox? Who's watching UFC? That's Pato, isn't it?
What, sorry?
And in the top right, as the red
I heard
Terran
UFC announcements.
representing IRK, it is a Voddy. Curious behind the low mineral patches in the main.
What are you curious?
Looks pretty.
Oh, the one with 24 minerals. Yeah,
so
what's up with those?
You have quite a few more mineral patches than usual, but several of them are reduced, so they end up being the standard amount actually.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, those are the three at the end. So there's
you
one.
actually wait.
100.
Yeah, if you actually click on them, you can see how many minerals several of them have, and you're gonna see that several of them are reduced.
What's the standard number of mineral patches?
On the main, you're gonna go with nine patches, and you're not gonna reduce them. You're gonna have you just have 1,500, which is the standard amount.
So you have 9 of those mineral patches with 1,500 minerals.
Correct.
So you're
Pretty
giving less
standard.
minerals, though, it seems like.
It's about roughly the same with the amount I have.
Both players going for a scout right now. I like that. I was curious what bridge, which way the scouting workers would take.
So one of the interesting features is those bridges, right? So those are the path you take to go and attack your opponent. And the interesting part is the lower the more you go into the bottom right part of the map, the bigger the bridges get. So the more flanking space. So if you want a bigger path for your units to fight in, and you want to have more room to engage, you have to go into the lower right bottom part of the map. But the more you do that, the longer of a path you have to take. So,
Right.
So it's kind of the risk you take. You want to go fast.
Reminds me of a much cooler modern version of Paranoid Android. More bridges.
So I think both players are opening pretty standard, like it looks like, right? A pretty fast expansion by Zerg, followed by a fast expansion by by Terran, and I think it looks like our Zerg. I'm gonna say he's going Mutas again because they were pretty successful last game, so why not give
Terran
them a go again, right?
Terran throwing down an academy pretty quick. One Rax Academy. Probably going for a quick timing push, I would think.
Yeah, no, I think that's actually
going
that's a good idea.
They're going to hatch lair.
So at the expansion, the naturals, there's a cliff, which is only accessible by ground if you destroy a neutral, I guess, building, the generator. That's kind of interesting.
Yeah, I really like that aspect. It kind of brings that old school Lost Temple bridge into play, but more of a new school, cooler.
And more fair, right? You can like if somebody's really abusing that high ground, you can just take care of that neutral building and
Is it
go.
just one single building?
And it
It's
leads to an
actually
expansion there.
there's two of them because I think if you just go there and you take down your opponent's one and then harass them from the high ground, it can be pretty nasty. So there's two of them that are stacked there.
Oh, right.
As you probably know, if you use a tank, it's gonna snipe both of them, or if you use some lurkers, you're gonna hit both of the neutral buildings.
Mm-hmm.
For example.
Seems like on a nice timing push, Terran could really just push up there really quick. Can you hit the Nexus from up there?
From where?
I really like the layout of this map.
You get two geysers in the top left. There's only one geyser, I think, in the bottom right. So,
But it's a huge island expansion.
yeah.
I forgot about that, about this map. The huge island on the right, on the bottom right. There's like 3 bases there. Is it 2 mineral only in a double gas base?
This is a really interesting map, Alex.
Thanks.
So we see Voddy going for a pretty standard play. StRyKeR as well. I think StRyKER is going to have mutas coming up soon. StRyKER's third is starting in the bottom 7 o'clock position. Going for a third gas. I really like the Twilight tile set. Blue is my favorite color.
Yeah, that's what I loved about Luna. It wasn't really used much until that map came out, unless I'm wrong.
Yeah, it's nice to see an updated Luna coming into play. So we see here StRyKER holding Voddy back on this bridge. Can't really push across that. Voddy scouting the top left. What kind of tech do we have coming out of Terran right now?
4 barracks.
Ooh.
That's all you got.
Yeah, he's really gonna be pumping out a bunch and just going for a quick break-in right here on the Zerg natural. StRyKER coming to defend this with his mutas, but yeah, it looked like Voddy's timing push is really hitting him at a crucial time.
I think he's gonna stop this, but notice how fast he can get from one natural to the other. He's gonna head back. That's smart.
I think Zerg took quite a bit of damage here.
He didn't lose many drones. Lost a couple mutas, but Terran did lose 3 or 4 medics and some marines.
I much rather lose my medics in the Zerg's Nat than losing them in my main, stuck at home, not knowing where the mutas are coming from.
Why does he need a factory right now?
Because he needs to tech behind it.
Hasn't seen any more tech from Zerg. He might have scanned that that Zerg even have a Hydralisk done right now? Because if not, then he doesn't really need a Hydralisk or need a factory. StRyKeR doing a great job holding Voddy's Marines back on that ramp.
Oh, so we have somebody mentioning that +1 for Mutas is done. No sunkens though.
Is this kind of like a greedy strategy from Zerg? There's no sunkens.
I think so. Yeah.
Just
Yeah, I mean, I think the idea is spending money on units and not defense. The units are your defense.
yeah, but you got to be pressuring Terran, I think, constantly to keep him in his base. And
Oh, these Marines are doing so much damage right now.
he does have a good number of mutas.
We have some Marines harassing the third as well.
Yeah, Voddy's playing like he's a Zerg player, hitting 2 positions at once.
Yeah, I get it.
Every man's dream.
But he's losing drones and mining time.
Yeah, StRyKeR's drone count is just so low.
Finally, a
So-
sunken.
Yeah, he's put down a creep colony.
Voddy's really really taking this. I feel like it's kind of steamrolling one way right now.
I mean, if you stem as Terran, I think you could get to Zerg's natural in 5 seconds. Maybe that's too fast, but 5-6 seconds maybe.
Actually, yeah, that was one of the comments that I had from. I talked to the players after they were done with these games. I tried to keep it as spoiler free as possible, but that was one of the comments. Hey, maybe rush distances are a little bit too close, and there's a new update on this map with some slight
That's what
changes.
makes it kind of interesting, though. I don't think
Yeah.
it's a
Oh,
flaw.
I didn't do major changes, but just a slight adjustment on the
Really.
nat to nat distance, very slight.
I mean, if that's the case, you would have to he's putting down more sunks now. Maybe he's realizing that this is pretty close.
StRyKeR going in to dive into the Terran's main.
Yeah, I feel like he wasn't doing this before much.
Voddy just running across the map, going for a counterplay, gonna hit the third base while StRyKeR's running in, taking out turrets and gonna be hitting SCBs.
StRyKeR's got no drones at that.
StRyKeR is not even mining from that third base.
Yeah, he doesn't need it. Voddy is adding a lot of pressure.
GG for who, Pato? You think Zerg is dead?
Pato,
Is
aka
Pato not commenting? Commentating?
Just barking dogs.
Shout out to Bruno and Taz.
And Voddy just steamrolling over Voddy's third base, or StRyKeR's third base. StRyKeR coming in to hit the barracks, trying to get on production, but it feels like StRyKeR's a little behind right now.
I think he's quite a bit behind. I'm not sure what he can do to come back from this.
Sunkins. You need a little bit more defense.
Maybe if he had Guardians out now, but no, too far. Too far behind.
I mean, these 5 sunks will push these Marines. I mean, I don't know if the Marines will be able to necessarily roll over these sunkens. A couple mutas will hold it back, but StRyKeR is also again in Voddy's main just wrecking things, taking SCVs out here and there,
I
taking
think if he
Marines
can
out.
continue the pressure there, he has a chance.
Best defense is offense, they say. Saw it in a movie once.
Or is it the other way around? You never know.
Oh wait. Yeah. Did I say that wrong? No, the best offense.
I think it works. It works both ways. I don't know which one's the correct one, but.
And we see the science facility is out, but we don't have any add-ons in the starports yet.
Coming up now.
Sorry, I'm 2 minutes behind.
2 power generators.
And we see Voddy's SEV count has dwindled down to 34. It was only around 40 or 50 or 45 prior, but if you're continuously making SEVs, I mean, he's taking quite a few SEVs out. And if you look at the food count's not terribly in one leaning position right now. StRyKeR definitely needs to get a third base out. A third gas would really help him. And those Marines just doing damage. But SCV's going down. Voddy's SCV count is going down. It's down to 35 again.
Yeah, but like Pato mentioning in chat, there's no third for Zerg. Even though he's trying to go for a hive, I think, or something. He has a queen's nest.
If he's going for a hive, he's probably going for guardians. I think one thing that might be interesting on this map, what if you could drone hop a worker over into the third base up the ramp?
That's a lot of Marines, though.
That'd be broken.
I'm not sure if 5 Sunk's going to be enough to hold all those Marines.
5 Sunks and 12 meters.
There's a death wall on the way.
Do
2
we have a
colonies
hydrogen
coming
out
down.
for Zerg yet?
No, he's going all out on mutas.
He's having 4 turrets in his main. Gonna be pushing into the Zerg here in a second. That's a lot of Sunkens going down. I don't know. StRyKeR might hold this. That's a lot of Sunkens.
I think that's a lot of Marines.
Ah. Rip.
GG.
GG. Nice map.
It's time for game 4 on Pato's favorite map.
Ooh, this is going to be interesting, Clown. I want to see what happens here.
This is game 4 between Voddy and StRyKeR. Yeah, so this is their second game on this map. Curious to see how the second game plays out. Both players knowing it a little better.
I think, as you might have realized from the first game, this is completely non-standard. This is one of my most experimental maps.
Why is that? I can't really tell.
Do you normally see 3 gases and all those mineral patches in all the Fighting Spirit games you play?
In the biggest game of Hunters, yeah.
If a map maker wants to introduce 2 or well, I know there's maps with 2 geysers, say 3, is that going to advantage one particular race? Would that be Zerg? Or no, it's a level playing field?
That's a good question, guys. What do you guys think?
Hard to say.
I mean,
so if you take it,
always use them.
if you take out the opponent's main and they don't have 3 gases available, I mean, I don't know. I don't really know.
Oh, we're seeing a really quick pull. Was that a 9 pull? I think it was.
That it was.
There's some gas coming up as well.
Do you want to explain like the creep colony and
the neutral parts of the building? All the neutral buildings that you see?
Yeah, like what's your reason behind doing that? in parallel to what I call the clown's mustache. with the
Okay,
black
so if you look at there's another interesting part right now. If you look at the scouting SCV and you see the way he's moving, you're going to see that there's quite a bit of vision blockers there. Like that's not the normal amount of vision an SCV gives you. So all that section, all that path that you see, that's actually pretty close rush distance wise, has a vision impediment. You have to have a unit that's maybe flying like an overlord or something to give you more vision, or you run the risk of running into something that you can see,
Those
or you see it just when it's right upon you.
vision
So
blockers similar to whiteout.
So as you can see, all those creep colonies there. If you looked at the map like at the whole picture of the map, you're gonna see it kind of looks like a clown face. So that's why it's called clown, and that purple part would be his mouth, like a smiling face. But as to why the creep colonies are there, I think I'll pause it because there's something interesting that I don't know if you guys can see what the Zerg's doing.
We got the creep colony going down. Start jumping on the Terran's production. Terran throwing down a bunker.
Oh my god.
But he is going to get sunken, pushed by StRyKeR from the
This is
clown's
wild.
mouth.
So those could have been used defensively for the Zerg to protect one of the sides of the choke. But as you can see, there's also the option of players using them offensively, as we can see here on this rush that StRyKeR's doing. That I personally think it's pretty interesting.
I think it's pretty awesome. StRyKeR pushing in, only holding fast on 7 drones in his main. Seems like a pretty all-in build.
Oh my god. Voddy's like,
Will Voddy be able to hold it back? Running in with the
I mean, you could lift off your barracks, but that spread is gonna reach your command center at some point.
And this is really reminds me of big game hunters. 3 gases, bunkers in them, Sunken's pushing them. Running in on that bunker. Bunker goes down. 2 Marines go down. SCV's pulled.
Packs have been lifted.
No production from the Terran. What's the score in the series right now? Is it 2-1? 2-1 StRyKeR?
One body.
All right. So StRyKeR coming in to grab that 2-2 in the show match, going to the tiebreaker. Is he going to be able to hold it though? StRyKeR has made another drone or two, rallying across the map.
Body still has the advantage unit wise and worker wise.
Voddy doesn't. Voddy needs to get a factory.
It's over.
But yeah, it's GG.
GG.
Sorry, I'm fasting from yesterday.
So is that why you have that creep spread?
It's supposed to be used more in a defensive way, but obviously here StRyKeR abusing that part of the map. So maybe something you have to do is you got to take care of that first creep colony.
Finally, Zerg users.
Question: Is it possible for Terran to wall off that vision blocking area? Are any of those positions wallable?
I think it was 2 depots and a Rex.
Yeah.
Could they still get to you though through the creep?
Yeah. There's several paths to the map actually. They can go through the creep path, and there's also a way they can go through the other side. I don't know if you got a chance to see, but there's a neutral Zelnaga temple there that you can take down and come from. There's just plenty of like. You don't get all those minerals and all those gas for free. Like your main is pretty vulnerable.
Mm-hmm. I like that. That's like the style in your maps is having like multiple avenues for attacks and flanks and whatnot. Even in Spider Monkey, you know, you got an avenue going over the bridge, you got an avenue going past the bridge in a bigger area on the high ground, and the island. And I think the island might be a pretty heavily used avenue in this map.
Are you joining the next game, StRyKeR?
Sorry, come again?
Are you
Oh,
joining?
yeah. Sorry. I was staring at the screen of the points the players made last game. Let me join. I'm joining now.
Yeah, no problem. It's a fun map. I think if Terran could figure out how to hold that rush and gain an advantage, it
I think
requires
I'm in.
thinking, strategizing.
I mean, you don't really need another base, right? Because you have all these minerals and all these gas in one base, so you can cut a couple of corners for sure.
I think it's cool, like having a map that would like make it more likely to see short or rushing type games, micro-intensive early games like that.
Bloodbath.
It would give rise to a lot of those type of games. Would be
Hey,
super
StRyKeR, have you seen the map Pico by Cardinal Allin?
I don't think it sounds familiar, no. But what's up with that map?
It's a 64 by 64 map. I don't know. They're talking about close rush distance. It's like
Oh, a
like a
bloodbath-ish?
it's like a 64 by 64 Python. Oh, not Python. It's like a balance. I don't know. It's cool. I'll send it to you later. But
Is that a new map?
we see StRyKeR going for a curious scout with the Overlord here, potentially scouting for a proxy in this mineral only position.
Yeah, that's not a bad play actually.
These players are 2-2 in this series. In the 6 o'clock position, we have Voddy representing IRK in the blue Terran. In the top right, we have StRyKeR representing the USA. It's the orange Zerg. Voddy doesn't seem to be a player that really cheeses much. He's a pretty straight up player, but in a 2-2 series, can't put
Now,
it past.
I want to point out something interesting. Look at where Voddy has his SCV and where he's landing his barracks right now. I think he's learning to adapt and learning to figure this map out. As I think that's a nice place to place your barracks.
Is that Ling Tight?
I don't remember.
It'd be crazy if it is. I wish I could lift off my gateways. Oh, just throw the scouting SCV over the barracks like that. That shit is pimping,
Nice
son.
play. Nice play. Is StRyKeR scouting for? Yeah, I think he's scouting for proxies.
Yeah, he's worried about proxies.
I think he feels pretty confident on this map, maybe because of the whole Muta thing, and he's going 2-hatch again. And has he been going Mutas in all of the games that go kind of longish? I think he has, right?
StRyKER's he's a pretty Muta heavy player. But I think StRyKER probably thinks that Voddy might cheese him this game because of the close positions. So mind games there.
We see some mech. Maybe mech. Maybe 2-port.
It's nice to see players be able to play a map more than one time and adapt to it. Curious to see how this game plays out with Voddy going for that quick wall right there. Lair going down for Zerg. 2-hatch there. Nothing silly going on yet in this game. StRyKER's Overlord is scouting the wall from the Terran.
I think StRyKER, yeah, he's scouting that there's no command center. That's some pretty useful information. We have a starport coming down for Voddy.
Ooh, is this going to be 1-1-1? Or is it going to be a double starport?
What do you think? What do you guys think Voddy's going for here?
Looks like a 1-1-1. It's the more meta play. 1-1-1 would definitely Definitely coming to play with the drops, you know, being so close to the Zerg.
I think we have a spire being placed, and it's placed on a pretty sneaky position. I would think that's a creep colony if I don't click on it.
Yeah. That's a really good mind game right there. I'm pretty sure, I'm almost 100% sure that Voddy did not see that right there. That was epic. That's great.
That's
That was
pretty
a great
sneaky.
play. That was a great play. StRyKeR knowing that Voddy's not really moving out on the map, seeing him walled in like this, you gotta assume that 1-1-1 is coming. As a Zerg player,
We have a Wraith coming, and look, we have a science vessel facility. And an academy.
so Voddy might go for, he might just like throw down a command center and then bunch of barracks. Yeah, like
We
a
have
plus.
we have burrow from StRyKeR as well. There's some links burrowed.
I think Burrow might be a good counter to 1-1-1 if you are getting dropped vultures in your main, you know? Because they're not going for a scan or academy real quick. Are we going to see a command center from Voddy, or is this going to be a one base play? Getting the irradiate already? Damn, this is going to be a really strong push.
There's a third for StRyKeR as well. So 3 bases for Zerg.
So we see
1 base
Mutas
for Terran.
coming in. Oh man, StRyKeR might think that Voddy has a second base up behind this. It's kind of hidden back there in the pocket. Seeing the Wraith, he's got it. He knows it's a one.
I think this is a pretty good defense so far against the Mutas.
As you were saying, the players have to adapt to the map, knowing that they got wrecked by Mutas before. Mutas just flying around the turrets, hitting the SCVs from the backside, scouting that there's still no expansion, and more Mutas coming into play.
+1 for Mutas coming up as well. But this time he's also throwing a Hydroden. I think we have somebody's asking for a pause. Radiate coming down.
Nice split, attacking the Muta, getting it out of there, and the turret picks it off. That's nice.
Can you pause for 1 minute, please?
Papato's asking for a pause. Maybe while we're paused, we take a look at the map.
Mm-hmm. I think Pato's the screen, but so we see a hive coming from Zerg yet?
No, we do see lurkers. I think, yeah.
This would be a nice map to do some drops as a Zerg as well. But in Voddy still on one base against a 3-base Zerg. Even though the Zerg's not mining off of 3 bases, the Zerg can really StRyKeR might really take off here. We see his food count is higher than the Terran, and the drone count is equal with the Terran. And StRyKER's APM is more than Voddy's, so we know that that's a good thing, right?
Who do you guys think is going to win this?
I think StRyKER's in a pretty solid position, given that Voddy hasn't pushed out yet. But Voddy's timing push could be strong. It depends on how StRyKER reacts. I mean, honestly, a few lurkers will really hold StRyKeR's natural easily. 3 lurkers will hold 20 Marines back. So,
Yeah, especially with that small choke at the nats.
Right. So I mean, it would be really strong for the Terran to push into the Zerg. It'd be really cool to see old school classic Python Terran going dropship push from the backside. Tanks on the bottom, and the
Sorry.
Marines on the high ground.
Go.
Everything okay?
Yeah, go.
Thank you. So Terran doesn't have an expansion. Is he super behind?
I think he's a little bit behind. Oh, he's going for tanks.
He might not be like behind right this second, but he will be in a second. Once StRyKeR gets his economy up, well, actually, I take that back. StRyKeR has more food than Voddy is, so yeah, Voddy is definitely behind. As a Terran player, you don't want the Zerg to have more food count than you.
By food, you don't mean minerals. Do you mean the supply count?
Yeah, he means supply, I think. Finally, a natural expansion being taken by Voddy.
StRyKeR coming in with the mutas to push into it. He's gonna see that it's starting right now, so he does know the timing of Terran. He knows where Terran's economy is. He's got to be feeling really good having 3 bases up.
We have
And,
some lurkers morphing at the Zerg's main, which is I would think it's a strange position to morph them in at, unless he's expecting a drop.
One thing about this Terran push is he got vessels and irradiate really early. He has 3 vessels on the field already. Only has 2 barracks, but he's been pumping pretty nonstop. He's gonna have a nice little timing push, and he's pushing out right now. He's probably gonna be able to take down the Zerg's 3rd base. But you know, a couple D matrices, I don't know. Voddy might be coming back into the game here. I mean, he's coming up from. I guess we could have said that he was a little behind, but I don't know if he really is. The tech that he has with his Marines. I really like watching this small army play. A little more technical.
Voddy has to do something with this push. If it fails and doesn't do enough damage, it's over.
Ooh. I think this amount of lurker is definitely going to push Voddy back. It's not going to be able to break anything. Voddy's natural is coming into play now, so the game is evening out. He has four Raxes constantly making Marines. Hasn't stopped making vessels since he got his starport up at like 7 minutes and 30 seconds in the game. We see that Voddy's Wraith took down the Sunken in the bottom right position, so he can't Nidus that. And StRyKeR just gonna take down Voddy's units right here. What? Voddy's running away. Yeah, that was really smart of Voddy to take that Wraith and kill the Sunken. He's got the Wraith going to the top left, gonna kill the Spore as well. So that StRyKeR can't take a Nidus to that position.
That wasn't a bad trade, Zerg. Why the butt?
And this is like really awesome to see Voddy adapting to this map and using a Wraith to take down these 2 neutral Zerg buildings.
I think that's he's getting into the game as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he was necessarily out of the game because StRyKeR didn't have units to kill Voddy. Voddy was holding his own. He had defense. So and StRyKeR really couldn't do much. He just is going for a slower, big mass timing push. with the early science vessels like that, he had like 3 vessels on the field by 10 minutes, and a radiate done. He's got the physics lab finishing at 12 minutes in this game, so he's going to start pushing BCs really quickly, and I think those are going to come into play. The BCs are really strong versus Zerg as Terran.
We see the Defiler mound as well. Ox is pointing that out.
Are we going to see like 13-minute BCs in this game? This is nuts.
I think this is shaping out to be quite a fun game.
Ooh.
And important to note that the creep is residing from those island expansions, so no more free Nidus for Zerg.
And we see that Voddy is coming up on the Zerg's food count. Finally, I mean, StRyKeR is still low in the league with the food count, but Voddy's force is nothing to be reckoned with. He's got 1 tank with it, quite a few vessels, and BC's coming out behind us. Or a singular BC, I should say.
I like the fast BCs.
Yeah, that's a really nice play. I think BC's probably better to push with than tanks with the Bio Army. Especially if you have defensive matrix with it and irradiates. And he's got both E-base upgrading. These irradiates are really taking out the lurkers of StRyKeR. StRyKER's whole lurker is going down, and he's got all of his lurkers have been irradiated. He has 2 defilers with. He does have consume. Haven't seen any action going for the island yet, or any of the
Have an
islands.
engagement here.
This is funny watching all those Marines attack those Zerglings. Did he burrow him?
I think Voddy's playing really well, pressuring Zerg early on. A lot of science vessels. I thought he was in a rough spot for in the beginning, but I think he's doing a good job right now. A very good job.
Spacious in the center, right? So you could sort of move around the swarms a bit.
See 4 bases by Zerg. Terran's 3rd base is starting. Looks like his 4th might potentially be starting as well. Again, no action on the island yet, which we saw last game was really, really big fight over the island. The tank goes down for Voddy.
And
Voddy's
there's
not being
no free island expo for StRyKeR because there's no more creep there, so no Nidus play. So he's in a bit of a rough spot. He's gonna have to get drop tech if he wants to continue to expand.
Ooh.
Battle cruiser operational. And Voddy's bio ball is nothing to be fucked with right now, but StRyKER's making a lot of lurkers. Has the hype tech in play.
BC's on the way, trying to start some pressure at the bottom right.
Yeah, he's got some drop ships getting ready.
Clearing the overlords. StRyKER is supply blocked right now.
And Voddy's going for a drop play right now in the main base with these BCs. He might do an elevator trick with this whole army. He's got 2 dropships right now.
Yeah, he didn't fill one up.
Oh, this would be a beautiful elevator play. And we see StRyKER moving out on the field with his lurkers and defilers, but StRyKER's main is getting wrecked. The elevator play is going to be intense right here. StRyKER going for that counter play. I don't know if that's really going to hold it. StRyKER's
Base
main
races have to favor Terran for sure. Voddy in a great spot, I think.
This is hard to stop.
I think Voddy's in the strongest position right now. Voddy's probably going to be able to hold this base back. Oh, he's got a defiler with it, and Voddy still has a huge army in the middle of the map. Body's natural going down. He's still mining from the third. His main is about mined out. StRyKeR's main is getting taken out. All of his tech gone. Queen down or Hive down.
Drop
So
at
many
the mirror
radiates
only.
going down.
Look at the supplies though.
Plago.
Oh, Voddy just doubling the supplies. Holy moly. Yeah, Voddy's definitely holding this. He has so many science vessels. That was a really good early investment, getting all the irradiates on the field. Haven't seen many scourges or plagues on the science vessels. Those science vessels really haven't been
I think that has been the key on this game. StRyKeR not able to
the
scourge
drop
those
going in
vessels.
Voddy or StRyKeR's natural as well. Gonna be the nail in the coffin for StRyKeR.
You know what? He didn't make a defiler mount or his high tech structures when he got dropped, and he's so far behind in the tech tree.
This is a really fun game to watch on this map. It's fun to watch the players adapt to the play styles. I think Voddy's early on taking out the island creeps was really, really a good move. They're just dying to irradiates all over the map. Voddy's gonna take the series.
Can StRyKeR do anything to come back from here?
Maybe infest a command center.
There's a command center burning away at the mineral only.
He's really far behind the tech tree, right? He doesn't even have a lair.
StRyKER sitting at 30 drones with 47 supply.
Oh my god.
Burrowing
Nice.
the defiler. Oh, takes the BCs down with the.
That was a nice snipe, but it might be too little, too late.
I think he's got it.
Spider monkey, man.
GG.
Yeah, this is a really nice map. GG.